Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and we have made a few changes, some updates. Turn the light on here. Oh, so yeah, it's been a long weekend. I'm gonna walk you through what we've done, what we have completed, what we are working on, and what we still have to do. But first, we have to get started, so let's go. Okay, so what we have been doing. Now, I talked about this a little bit on both the channel, and I think we had a small conversation on Twitter about it. Basically, the curved windows that I had wanted to use, we weren't able to use because in the context that we were using them, they were not airtight. So I went ahead and pulled those out and put the sloped 2x1s in. Give it a little bit, something a little different. As you can see, we do have light in here as well. I have started doing some furniture decoration stuff. Obviously, that's the cryo bed. The major rooms have toilets. This will be a shower when it's done. And then we basically have the mirror of that over here. Now, I did make one change. At the end of the hallway, we took out the door that was here, or the wall that was here, and also took out the air vent that we had that was basically where that door is now. Let me show you what we got going on out here. We now have an air vent here. And we've gone ahead, set up a couple of the showers, and I figured out what I want to do with this space. We're going to pull the flooring out. We're going to replace it with normal tiles. And we're going to make it, see if we can, here. We're going to make it an exercise room. So we'll put a couple of the different weight benches and things like that in here and have it be, just basically an exercise area. And the nice thing is that when you're coming in, you'll be able to come in, if you decide you want to get a shower, you'll be able to jump into the shower. We're going to have this set up with a couple of toilets in here. And this will just be one of the community spaces. Jump in here really quick. Now, the other change that we made, well, the other major change that we made is to the entrance area. So you'll notice, I didn't really show you this on the other side, there's now a pass-through, or there will be a pass-through when we're done with it. That'll allow you to get in to the rest of the ship without having to come up through. So if you're basically in the little rover or whatever is docked over here, you'll be able to jump out and, basically walk through. That whole thing is windowed so that if you have somebody coming through, you can have somebody up there watching to make sure they know what's going on. And then you have the entrance ramp. Now, I haven't put a button down here yet. I do need to do that. But first, let's go ahead and grab this. We're going to go ahead and open it. Show you what we've got going on down here. So we have changed the entrance a little bit. Look familiar? So yeah, but basically what we did is we went ahead and changed the entrance up just a little bit. We wanted to make it so that we didn't have, a whole lot of just generic stuff hanging off of the ship in order to be able to get into it. So the idea is that when this basically the base gets somewhere, the mobile base goes someplace, you're going to drop down the struts so that you can, deploy your rover to go out and do whatever it needs to do. And you'll use the same mechanic for deploying foot troops for both entrance and exit. So yeah, it gives us a way that doesn't require us to have fuel, basically. Nothing's really changed over there. We are working on some of the hangar design. We'll get to that a little bit later. So now when you come in, you will have benches. We've gone ahead, and I'll turn off the light so you can see it. We have ceiling lights, which unfortunately the graphic isn't working. That should be glowing, and I think I may need to just do I think it's actually an LCD with a light effect on it. So I'll see if I can get that working. But when this is done, you'll have some seats over here. You are able to actually sit on these. And then you have just the little entry area. You have the walkway that goes out. You come over here, and we now have a break room, including a small kitchen area. So, you know, staff can come in, do what they need to do, make a little food, grab the fridge. Now, the fridge actually operates as a med bay. You can't use it to respawn. It is only for health and energy. So, works really nicely. But again, we have some more of the lights in here. It is nice to slowly be getting more lighting in here. Looks like one of the guys left his dirty dishes here for us. Head back here. Nothing's really changed up here other than we now have more of the lights, which I haven't finished yet. Still Mr. Coffee, still the control deck, and then I went ahead and took the corner lights that were here on the doorway out and put in one of the ceiling lights. And then on the front of the ship, we have taken off the upper bar area. Now, we will be reworking all of this because if we use the area that you see there to the right, where the exercise room is going to be, we'll probably end up putting a second story in on that side to make up the height for what will eventually be the what is it, the garage. Words have failed me. All right, so one of the things that I want to do, we have also extended back here on the nacelles. I'll talk about that more in a moment. But what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and get this stuff welded up, and we're going to be working on the front of the vehicle. I still haven't decided what to call this thing, and I'm not sure how much further out the front is going to go, but we'll see. All right, so what I'm going to do is, it's midnight here in the game, as you can see. I'm going to wait for the sun to come up, and I'll bring you back. I'm going to go ahead and turn actually, while we're sitting here, let's go ahead and turn Bob on, because he is not doing anything right now. So we'll go ahead and get these guys going. Actually, you know what I should do? Let's turn on all the reactors too. All of the reactors should now be on. We have 8 days worth of power. Make sure, yeah, awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let Bob finish doing his welding, get everything up here, and hopefully, before too much longer, we should have some sunrise. So, yeah. Oh, it is just sunset. Great. Okay. I may need to play with the time settings a little bit. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and do that quick cut, and we'll be right back. And we're back. So, I went ahead and let Bob run for a couple of minutes and said, heck with it. And so we went ahead and adjusted the time offset a little bit so we have some daylight coming up. It's not like 7 Days to Die or any of the games where, you know, the number of days in game matter, so why not, right? Alright, so let's head on outside. And as we get more light as the sun comes up, we'll show you, you'll get to see a little bit more. So one of the things that we did, Bob welded all of this up already, okay, is, if you remember the little area coming out of the engineering section, which is right there, that's our engineering, you come through and you have this area that goes to either of the reactor bays. We went ahead and put a stair system in, and we've got this whole little ledge so people can come out and hang out over here if they choose to. And what it's built on is the mining laser. So we went ahead and put the beam drill in. We do have it set up with the turret, and we made some changes on the interior, and I'll show you those shortly. But basically, this allows us to have a portable, well, excavation and refining system as well. So now we don't even have to actually get out the mine. We just go someplace that has what we want, tell it to prioritize what we're trying to get, and it'll drill for us. Now, I did put it at the back end of the ship, where originally we had saw it, well, I shouldn't say originally. When we were together last time, I had talked about potentially putting a hangar back here, and then have it set up so that it would have a ramp on it that vehicles would be able to drive up, and, you know, and then we'd be able to close the ramp and have doors behind it and everything, make it airtight. Now, the reason I didn't do that is a couple of fold. One, I still needed a place to mount the drill, and this actually ends up working out because I'm able to put the full turret on it, so I don't have to just keep moving the vehicle in order to mine anything. The other portion of it is that I actually liked the way that the lines on this thing came out. So, yeah. That's a thing. Okay. But those are the main reasons. Now, what I am thinking about doing is back here is building a framework up and over this that will allow us to have a ship dock on it. Which is why I'm leaving certain things exposed down there, and I'll probably end up taking that center tile out and having a conduit run straight up, or I'll run it off of one of these, because we do have conveyor systems built in up here too. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, I did take off the platform that I had previously built back here, and I don't know if I'm going to put it back in there or not. So let me show you what we've got going on, and I'm thinking about changing up the nacelles a little bit. We've got the mod for the windows in, for the passageway, and I'm thinking about using these in conjunction with the walkways, and this basically allows us to have a little bit more usable space in here. So you'd be able to come down here if you want to go out to that little break area that we were talking about, that's out there, or if you need to bypass the door for some reason, it gives you another way through. And then you also have the space all the way out to here. And like I said, I'm kind of thinking of potentially having this whole thing closed off instead of connecting it like we had originally talked about. What I might do, and I wanted to get your feedback on this, is for those who have been watching the channel for a while, you know I like this one mod that's maintenance tunnels. I really like that mod, and I'm thinking about maybe using that back here, or potentially having it where it will run somewhere outside. Basically what it does is, for the Star Trek fans out there, is it adds Jeffrey tubes to the to the game. You know, these fully contained little passageways that you can run around inside of. What are you missing? You are missing all sorts of stuff. What are you missing? Do I have all the steel tubes on me? I might... No? Okay. Why are you missing steel tubes? You should not be missing steel tubes. Huh. Look at that. There you go, let's... Are you really... Wow, you really are missing steel tubes. Okay. Let's make a few thousand. What production? Thank you. You are... Sing that. Alright, we'll leave that run. And we're going to go over here, because it's basically making parts for all of our... have it crank out 1,000. For all of our new reactors. Because once those new reactors come online... Looks like some of the reactors are online already. Nice. Got a new one there, another one there. Okay. Alright, so yeah, but like I was saying, basically we'll have windows here, and I'm thinking about doing this so that it wraps all the way around. And then we'll basically have the same appearance all the way around on this side. And then over here what we'll do is, I'm thinking to take these out, take all of this out, and then put the windows in over here as well. So I wanted to get your opinion on it. Let me know. Throw it down in the comments below. And yeah, so. Alright. Oh, the other thing I did. Yeah. Put an antenna on. We have an ore detector down in the industrial area now. Actually can show you exactly where that is. Don't worry, we'll get to the building here a little bit. So we threw an ore detector in right here. I kind of like the fact that it worked out where it's sitting pretty much where you need it, honestly, to be able to get into there. So if you ever need to do repairs, you'll be able to. And you have all of the stuff down here, and the entire area is still airtight, so it's all good. Alright. So, let me see. We have a couple hundred plates. We do have materials. Alright, so what I'm thinking is, first thing I guess what we should do is just go ahead and rip out the flooring in here. Let's go like so. Because what we're going to do, this was originally going to be one of the flight hangars. And just so everybody knows, I do use hangar and garage in reference to ground-based or flying-based vehicles as appropriate. So, just so you know. I had a couple of people ask me why I do that, and it's just habit more than anything else. And the window looking out into the entrance area. And when you are done, that's going to be a lot of plates coming back to us, which is awesome. But like I said, what we'll probably end up with in here, let's go ahead and block some of this in. Do I want you to go like that? Trying to figure out how I want to do this. Because if we keep it like everything else, we could have that actually come down one. There. Do that. And then we could just have these come through here. Yeah, that could work. Let's see what it looks like when it's done. Because we are going to need to change up the front of this thing a little bit. Make it look a little nicer. Now, one of the things that I do want to achieve... Man, see, I'm kind of... It's a lot of wasted space up here. And I just don't want to have a ridiculous amount of open room if I don't need to. I wonder if we go, can I do nope. Oh, you know what we can do? Oh, I know what we can do. Let's go blast doors, let's go. Okay. So we're going to flip you to the side. And are you... You're going to stick. So we're going to have... Sounds like something cut fully. Alright, so let's go... You are the corner. We don't want your corners. We want the edge. Okay, now we'll do the corner. I'm curious to see if this will... Okay, I don't want that way, I want it that way. Alright, let's see if it's going to rip itself apart. This would be a good chance to test this, to see if it's going to rip itself apart. Hopefully it will not. Let's get up over here. Okay. Oh, come on, really? I didn't want to have to put the whole thing together here. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna have to hover anyway. It figures. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and do this, and we're just gonna do it that way. Oh, look at you, look at you. And we'll go ahead and reverse this. Alright, that is what I was hoping for. Now, the reason why we're using the blast blocks, the blast door blocks, is because the collision blocking on them is a little bit different, and there's no attach points on certain sides. So what ends up happening is, if you do this properly, you can actually have these things basically rub up against one of the other blocks. And usually be able to have things set up so that you can have spaces like this where it's not going to cause problems for the most part. Now we are going to use out of there. Alright, and then I want a normal block to attach all of this by, so I can take that block out. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll have it set up so that you can get up in here for maintenance. So hopefully when it's all done, this thing will be a little bit more closed in, I guess would be a way to say it. And I'm going to leave that open because I think I'm going to do the stairs, honestly. Let's see here. Let's go. Trying to decide if I want to do, which types of stairs do we want to do. I'm thinking I may do the lit passageway stairs, at least for part of this. That's a half block, so that would actually come out there if we do it this way. Okay, so if we do this instead, and we're gonna have you there. Alright. Okay, so if we do that, we can have, well, it doesn't matter if we put an airlock in here because this is not airtight. So what we'll need to worry about doesn't really matter. Alright. So what we can do then is let's just use some regular stairs. Alright. So we'll do these. Oh, I'm gonna grab. Oh, let's get rid of that and we'll go. We'll just do those. And we'll do that. So need girders. Always need more girders. Alright, let's go grab some girders really quick. Ah, hello. Alright, so we're just going to grab 100 of those. And be sure to let me know if my hydrogen starts running out. Alright, so we're going to go one there. And we want this one, I think. And I might... I might have to do this from the other side. Alright. Sometimes you have to take stuff apart in order to build stuff, right? It's okay. So that takes us down there. And then we can go flip like that. And we say like that. Let's see here. So if we go bring that, because what we're talking about right now is bringing it down like that. It would be awesome as if we had a spiral staircase. Let's go ahead and take this out. Just a little bit of this anyway. Alright. Because what I'm thinking here, now, stop me if you've heard this before. We're going to go like that. And like that. And then we can still walk around it if we need to. Awesome! Look at that. And yes, I had actually thought about starting it like over here, have it go up a block, basically have it come out, and then cut across, which we might still do. I don't know, can we get away with that? Nope. We wouldn't be able to get away with that. Okay. It's worth trying. Alright. If I brought it up a level, I probably could, though. But that would cut into that floor. Basically, it would have to be here. Yeah, no, it wouldn't work. Okay. I don't know, maybe. Would it? Because that would be at this level. I'm trying to see. There you go. No. Come here. Oh, that will let us do that. That's even better. Because then we can go like this, like that. You come out of there. You look like you're attached. We'll find out. Okay. And then what we do here is that. That'll be a block there to separate. Those will actually come out and we'll put the double railing in there. And then see about this. How many blocks is that? Should be 2. That's going to be 1, 2. Should get us there, right? I think. I hope. Yeah, look at that. Hey! Snazzy! Look at you. Alright, and then we run into that same problem where we're going to have basically a block here. Now, I don't know what way we're going to shape this. I may actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and leave that open for now. And we'll figure out what we're going to do on the front of this thing here. But I'm liking the way that worked out. Okay, so let's go ahead and take... Actually... So we want to be careful when we do this, because we don't want to take anything apart that we don't need to take apart. Right. And we're going to go here. We want the double-railed catwalk. At least until we don't need it anymore. Alright. Right there. Aha! Look at that. Now we can get up here. Whoa, hello. That was almost a sudden stop. And like I said, it doesn't need to be pressurized up here because the area down there is not pressurized, so it doesn't matter. We're gonna go 3. I don't know if this is going to be open or not, but the sides, I guess the sides aren't going to be. It's just going to be that side, I think, that we have to worry about. Alright. Okay, so that gets us the beginning of something. Not quite sure what, but it is definitely the beginning of something. That's a full block there. That comes up. We'd actually be able to put a light in there. Wondering if... Nah, we'll leave it like that. We'll leave it like that for now. Okay, so let's go ahead and start framing this in a little bit. All right. And then what I'm thinking is that we're going to have a couple of blocks like so. And let's go like that, like that. I don't know if we're gonna do that all the way out or not. Let's see. What is that going to look like if we do that? If we say, come on. Alright. So if we do something like this, of course it helps if I have that in the right position. Let's try that again, shall we? Alright. So if we do something like this on the front. Alright. Basically we'll go like that. Yeah, because we have to repeat the ribbing. Ribbing has to be a thing on this, right? And then we go like that. And how many blocks over is that? That's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what we'll do is we'll take out that inner wall there. Go ahead and get you in. You in. And like I said, the reason this is important is because we need to figure out what our interior spacing is going to look like when everything is said and done. Now we could, because of the fact that this is going to be sealed, we could actually go half walls here. Either on the front or the top, which I might do actually. That might be interesting. Basically replace these with half walls. So we go down to, say, there maybe? Hell, I could even put some windows in there. Oh, ideas. Alright, so let me show you what I'm thinking here first. So what I'm thinking is we're going to continue the lines that we've been doing elsewhere. Alright, so we're going to go like this. Flip that up, flip you in. Oh.
Fuel low.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh! That hurt.
Fuel critical.
Oh. Oh, right. Let's respawn over here with Mr. Coffee. Get our light turned on. And once again, we have gone with the Bob, or not Bob, but my jetpack inertial dampeners being turned off for some reason. Okay. So let's go. Oh, we want you down here. Okay, go bottle. We're gonna grab 2 of those, 1 of those. And I'm not going to worry too much about the cleanup process, but that works for now. We do want to go ahead and grab a couple hundred of these. We'll grab 100 of those and 100 of those, just because. You never know when you're going to need them. Alright. Alright, so now that we have full hydrogen again, let's head back around to the front of this beast. And so yeah, basically what I was talking about is we will do something like this. You are... Oh, you can come out. Make sure we have that set up right. We do. Take out this block. And so now what we're talking about here is something like this. I might even swap some of these out for windows, especially up on this level. It might be nice to do something like that. Alright, and then that means some of this will have to be reworked, which is fine. You are going to basically come through this way. And so this is kind of what I'm thinking here. There you go. All right. And then that'll go down like so. Let's go. Something like that, maybe? It's a different line. I might take that last piece out though and put a light in there. We'll see. So, but basically this ends up giving you a little bit more of a recessed area in here. I mean, I could even split this up, because this is 3 blocks, right? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because what I'm thinking I might do is I might do a double straight up of regular blocks. Let's see what that would look like. And then basically you end up with 2 layers of depth here. Alright, so let's get a couple more of these out. We'll try this really quick. And let's do something a little different. Let's go this way. Get these welded up really quick. How does that look? Oh, I kind of like that. I think I like that. Gives it a little bit something interesting to look at, you know, a little bit more texture in there. I do think I like that though. Now the other point is do we want to have it set up so we have general crew quarters over here, so you'd be able to get in through here. I think we're gonna do that. I do think so. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. And we are going to put in one of the airlock doors here. And I think we're going to go ahead and keep the rotary one going. Make sure we have that set up right. Yeah, okay. And you know what? Let's take you out. And let's go for the passageway. Actually, let's go enclosed. And we want the one with the lights. Oh no, we want the half enclosed is what it is. Let's go window. It's easier to find it that way. No, how about... Is it half? There it is. With the enclosed half passageway with light. Aha. Alright, and then we'll take this stuff out, I guess. What I'll need to do is come back and rework some of this, obviously. So we can get this figured out as to what did we stuck on. Thank you. Okay. Now, is there anything down here we need to worry about that breaching? No. Okay. And we can then go. Will that work all the way there? I think we took a little bit too much out of there. We did, okay. So if we go like this, and up, and then that will allow us to do that. To there. That's technically closed off. Are you actually attached? You are actually attached. Okay. Don't want to cut something out that we don't need to. You know, or that we will regret later. Okay, so that lets us come up to here. We'll be able to get some walkways in. Let's do that. To there. And let's go something like that. This is in construction components. That's okay. Bob's going to take care of it for us. Look at that. Alright, and then that allows us to basically close off the rest of this now. Because what we can do is we can just go ahead and bridge that stuff in. Let's go there. And I'll probably come back and rework the corners. I'm rather a fan of having reinforced corners in here, so we'll probably take those out, use the two-part ramps, and then go half walls all the way up on that side, and then do something similar on this side, just to bluff it out a little bit, make it a little bit more chunky. All right. Now we do need to start worrying about what we're going to do on this side. And I think we're going to repeat what we did over there. So basically, on this corner, we're going to rotate around. And that isn't going to work because that's going to leave a gap. I mean, I guess I could bring that forward as a bigger block, but I would really rather not. How about we do this? Do that there. I guess we could just seal that in. And like I said, we'll come back and we'll re-sculpt this a little bit. I just want to see what we have for usable space on the interior. Not sure how we're going to do that. I guess we'll do that. We go like this. Come on. It's the only thing about using an actual mouse. I used to use a trackball, and I absolutely loved the thing. But they stopped making trackballs that were, I don't want to say useful, but definitely had all of the functions and features that I wanted. All right. Yeah, I think that could work. And then we'll have basically that be a reinforced side. This will be a double reinforced side on this corner. Yeah. Okay. That looks like that's going to work. And then I may actually do the same thing I did here where I have that cut. I may do in the middle here. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I mean, I could always come back through and just use the half blocks all the way down just to bring it out a little bit. Oh, let me know what you think. That's the nice thing about this, is that it is able to be a collaborative effort. Hi, puppy. Alright, so let's go ahead and go, what do you think? Let's try this. We'll do the same there. And then that allows us to have those. And then we're going to do the same that we did before. Get back up there. There we go. Alright, so let's see where this puts us. Let's go regular block. Now I'm thinking we might change that out so that there's a couple of windows there as well. I don't know. What are you missing? You're missing 2 computers. Is that just because we are completely out of computers? Oh, down the stairs we go. All right. We'll go this way. Whoa, hello. It's great having Bob. Allows you to get so much more done. There you go. And I think there's 2 vents in here, right? Yeah, there's one there, and then there's going to be one there. And you have your showers. And a toilet. Can you zoom in? That's as far as it's going to let me zoom in. Oh, alright. Enough crapping around. Alright. Okay, so I think that gets us most of the way done today, at least as far as this portion is concerned. I'm going to need to maybe revisit a little bit. I guess that works. So if we do this, we flip you, and do a rotate there. Let's go ahead and put in those. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll bring that in like so. We'll go ahead and repeat that process over here. Oh, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. Okay, that actually worked out pretty well. And then up above, that is the texture. We may end up doing the same thing here. Basically, that's there. So if we do... Alright, so I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this one here. We've gone much longer than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting to go quite so much today, but we're going to go ahead and cut it here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. Don't forget, I am asking for feedback on the design, so if you see things you like or don't like, let me know. And we can always revisit it, because the worst that happens is we take it out and put something else back. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Have a terrific week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Now the question is how are we going to tie this stuff in to that?